Welcome to the Shack. I'm Rick. This is your first time viewing. Thank you so much for taking some of your valuable time out and check out my channel. Do a little bit of variety. I do home improvement, home repair, tool reviews, and projects. Today I got something a little special. I have a customer that has some mobility issues. I started to do a little bit of work for her, and one thing is she's having issues with a storage unit, and unfortunately whoever assembled it didn't really do the foundation properly. When I was there, I spent a couple hours there. I mean, literally a couple hours checking out the issue. The doors weren't closing properly, and unfortunately the doors don't have any shimming capability other than strictly up and down. You can't shim them horizontally at all, strictly up and down. I checked the level on the right door. It is actually pretty plumb. The left door was actually off a 1/4 inch. If you're outside looking in, this door closes. When you want to go to shut this door, it's hitting on the bottom. Reading through the directions, trying to figure out something I could do. I don't know what you call it, but when you put the bottom together, you got these little tabs that set in, so you make sure you get them all lined up. Unfortunately, on the one side there's no gap. On the side that's off, they got gaps. So with those gaps meant the top is right, but the bottom's open wider, so now the door's sitting like this. It needs to be kicked back and everything realigned without me taking the whole stupid thing apart and starting from the foundation that was messed up. I am very limited on options. So I sat there for about an hour, and I got a hammer, a piece of wood, and I just kept banging on the door because it's got these little plastic bushings that sit in the plastic floor where there are holes already, and there's no adjustment. They set in these pre-drilled holes, and that's it. What I did, I put a piece of wood next to the post where the door is. It's got a rod running through. Just put a piece of wood next to it, got my hammer and banged on it, checked it, banged on it, checked it, kept banging on it for seriously about a half hour, 40 minutes before I finally got the door kicked enough. I maybe got it an 1/8 of an inch. It needed to go over at least another 1/8, if not a 1/4, it would have been perfect. I need a full 1/4 inch at the bottom moved over, and I can't. So now when it closes, again, you're on the outside looking in, this door shut, this one comes around, it's hitting on the last 6 to 7 inches. It was like from this much of it was overlapping. Now I'm down to about this much of it, which is a huge improvement, but it still doesn't close properly. Because it doesn't close properly, she cannot lock the door because she has to have it open to shut it. So it you know, if you got it open, you close it, they hit here. By the time they shut, they pop out enough where it's sitting where it should be. Doing it that way prevents her from locking the stationary door up and bottom. You got actually has this, locks in the bottom, locks in the top, keeps that door from swinging. The doors are manufactured with a little bit of both, so when you close them, you push them tight, it has a better seal. But because they're so out of alignment, you have to have the door open and close it, and you cannot reach in once the door is closed to lock this. I did what I could do, did the best that I can to at least minimize the overlap and at least give her the ability to get it shut. But there's a ramp going up the shed. So she's in her wheelchair, she goes up to the door, she has to reach down to get to hold this, unlock it, and she has to kind of rock herself because you're on incline and she's very limited in mobility. Rock herself up to stand up and then reach up and grab this to unlock the top. Well, she doesn't lock the top because it's too hard for her. That's what this video is about. Making something for someone who has limited mobility, making the access easier for them. So here's my solution and what I'm going to attempt. This is a little item that slides up and down in the door that locks the top and the bottom of the door. What I'm going to do, my thinking process, I have flat stock. So I think I'm going to cut it to length to here, drill tap here, drill tap in here. Screw that to it so it'll be on there like that. Then I have my round stock and I measured the distance. I wanted 28 inches. So mount it on there, be from there down to where I want to bend this to make an L out of it is 28 inches. Use my hacksaw. I got my 2 pieces cut. Again, the length. I'm going to mount them on like that, offset. And then I'm going to take this, weld it on this side of it. So that's what it's going to look like. So she can push and pull to lock it by hand without having to reach. So I'm going to go to my bench grinder. I'm going to clean up these edges, clean up one edge a little bit so I can weld on. Put this in there, clean it off so it's got good metal so I can tack weld that on there. When that's done, basically this is done. I'm going to sand everything. Then I have to go get screws so I can drill and tap this in there. Okay, I'm getting ready to tack this on there real quick. Basically, I'm gonna set this here so it's square, put this up against it. And I'm gonna set this on here. And you're gonna move it a little bit so it's square. Make sure it looks good on there. Move down just a little bit. I'm going to put a couple of tack welds on here, and because this is concave, I'll put a weld on the inside just about from here to here so it won't touch this, and this will go on the outside like that, and I think we should be good to go. I'm gonna throw a little bead right in here and I am done. I'm gonna be installing these, at least one tomorrow, so I thought I'd give a quick little update here. That's my extension rod for the deadbolt for the door of my customer's storage shed. Drilled and tapped right through there, drilled and tapped right through there. This sets in the door this way. So let's say this is in the door like this. She reaches around and she pulls it down to release it, pushes it up to lock that in. So now she doesn't have to try to reach up and grab this. I brought it down to here. I still have to cut off a little bit of the end. I'll get a piece of hose on there, but I made the bracket. This will slide on like this. So let's just say it's sitting like that. This will prevent it from, going back and forth. It keeps it steady. So all she'll do, just reach in and pull it like that. Works out real well. Here's this other one for the bottom, but I have to bring the deadbolt piece home so I can drill a tap, mount it to this one, and then I'll double check the length before I cut and bend this so it's all good to go. She likes green, so I painted everything green for her. When I get these installed, I will show you what it looks like installed on the door on her shed. I'm at the customer's house, and you see right up here is the deadbolt. There is a little guide I have for the extension I made. I'm going to slide it in here. I'll screw it in right there, and then I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Slide this in here. Don't go too tight because it's aluminum, so it'll pull right out. There we go. That's what it looks like on the inside. Okay. Pull this down, unlocks. Pull up, locks. I know the sun, no, I can't see much, but that's the top one. Bottom one is done. And you close it. You can't see it. The lock's right there. So you got the handle. A little bit light in it, but that's it. Lock the top one. Got the doors for where they line up. Actually, just push in a little bit. Now it locks. Put it up. Basically, reach around. She'll have to reach. She's come right here, right here. They're very close. Lift up, pull down, and then she can wheel right in there. Makes it much easier. So if you got anybody that has problems, you may consider fabricating something like that, so you don't have to reach up and down like we would have to release the deadbolts. I know this isn't going to be a video that is widely viewed. Very few people will probably watch it. But if I can help one person or inspire one person to help out a neighbor, a friend, or family member and something like that, because we all know somebody may be in a wheelchair or may have limited mobility or issues of being able to reach and things, you know. So if I can inspire that one person to possibly do something to help that person out, then that's all I really want. Nothing more satisfying, more fulfilling is when you help somebody. Some of my most satisfying projects are things like this that help people. And they're very rarely viewed. But these, like this, are my most satisfying. I truly enjoy doing this, helping people out like that. That's what I do basically on a daily basis. So if you know anybody, hey, just take a little time, help them out. I don't care if it's a friend, neighbor, family. Help somebody out. Take the time and make their life a little bit easier. Be blessed. Get out to take back your shack. Help somebody out, then get out in that shop, in your basement, in your garage, in your shed, whatever it is. You have a little space for you to do a little woodworking, little projects. Get out there and build something. Build it for a friend, build it for family, but most importantly, build it for your sanity. Help somebody out. Pay it forward. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you next video.